So in the foldable segment, Samsung's Galaxy Z series has been the king. Samsung did this even before the market was ready for it. And for years, Samsung did not have any competition, but this year is different. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6 comes amid tough competition from the likes of the OnePlus Open and the Vivo X Fold3 Pro. And since the OnePlus Open is now old and since I've been using the Vivo X Fold3 Pro since its launch, a video comparison of these two seemed necessary. So here we are. Today I will put the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6 head to head with the Vivo X Fold3 Pro and see which of these two are worth your hard-earned 1.6 lakh rupees. Let's begin. Now before we begin, if you don't know me yet, my name is Darab Mansoor Ali and you are watching Digits. So do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified every time we drop a new video. As always, I will start with the design, and even in design, we'll start with the two cover displays. So now the Vivo has a wider, more usable cover display as compared to the Samsung's still narrow display, which is 1mm wider than last year, but it's still unusable as a proper candy bar phone. But at the same time, the Samsung feels way more well built and feels more premium in your hand. The Vivo, on the other hand, is curved front and back, while the Samsung has a completely flat front and back. Now, at the back side, the Vivo's camera module looks a little out of place. It's a bit too big and doesn't look proportionate to the back panel. And at the same time, the Samsung's camera module is much more minimalistic and flows really well with the back panel. Now, the Vivo is slimmer and marginally lighter as compared to the Samsung, but the Samsung has a much better in-hand feel. Coming to the inner or the main displays, the Samsung's display feels much more seamless. It is more squared off and the under-display front camera is really good. On the other hand, the Vivo's inner display is much bigger and the crease is much less prominent than this rather deep crease. Coming to durability and water resistance, both of them come with water resistance, but the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6 comes as the first foldable phone to come with some sort of dust protection. This one comes with IP48 dust and water resistance, while the Vivo X Fold3 Pro only comes with IPX8 water resistance. So overall, in terms of the design, the result I would say is a bit of a draw, but I'm gravitating more towards the Samsung mainly because of the in-hand feel and the materials that feel much more premium than the Vivo X Fold3 Pro. So coming to the display, now there is more objective stuff here. Both of them are top-notch displays, front and back. Now the Samsung's display feels more sharper, more vibrant, but the Vivo's colors are more accurate. So I'll first talk about the cover displays of these two phones. Now I tested both these for color accuracy and to my surprise, the Vivo's color accuracy was slightly better than the Samsung's. The cover display of the Vivo X Fold3 Pro showcased an average delta E of 0.8 while the Samsung's average delta E came out to be 0.9. The difference is marginal and it's so marginal that you will not be able to differentiate between the two colors with your human eyes. Now Samsung also has a higher resolution on both the displays, but Vivo's front display is wider and more useful for day-to-day. And the main displays are also very accurate on both these phones. The Vivo here again comes with an average delta E of 0.8, while the Samsung's main display showcased an average delta E of 1 point. Both of them have 120Hz refresh rate on both the display, but the Samsung's outer display is an LTPO panel, while the Vivo's outer display is just a 120Hz AMOLED panel. But the Vivo's main display is brighter than the Samsung's main display. The Vivo's tested highest typical brightness came out to be around 1624 nits with our lux meter, while the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold's typical brightness came out to be somewhere around 1319 nits. Both of them also come with some sort of protection. While the Samsung gets the better or more premium Corning Gorilla Glass Victus protection, the Vivo gets the Scott Sensation Armor Glass protection, so there is some scratch resistant also on these two displays. So again, in terms of the display, I'd call it a draw. While the Samsung feels more crisp and sharp, Vivo represent colors much better. Other than performance pe, now here also the competition is extremely close. Both of them come with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset. Both have 12GB of RAM. But in terms of the benchmarks, the Vivo is ahead of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6 in AnTuTu with about 5 lakh more points than the Samsung, and the Vivo also came ahead in the Geekbench single core test by a slight margin, but the Samsung is ahead in the rest of the other CPU and GPU benchmarks that I ran on both these phones. Then again, both of them heat up given the slim form factor, and both of these phones throttle quite a lot. Samsung throttled to 60% of its peak performance, while the Vivo throttled to 61% of its performance. Then again, both of them use UFS 4.0 storage, so the storage benchmarks are also very similar. But here I would give Samsung the win because of the software. Yes, Samsung software is just better. The UI is way more clean, it's so much better at multitasking, and it has so many AI features for creativity. Then again, there's more software updates. Samsung has given us 7 years of OS updates, and it's the only foldable phone in the market that supports a stylus. It is also the only foldable in the market right now that can run both its display at the same time, only for the camera, but it is capable of running both the displays simultaneously. Now, camera mein competition is not as tough as the other parameters. Here, Vivo clearly has the edge given the better hardware and tuning, which has been done in collaboration with Zeiss. Now, Vivo has a 50 megapixel main camera, a 50 megapixel wide angle lens, and a 64 megapixel telephoto shooter. The Samsung, on the other hand, also has a 50 megapixel primary shooter, but it has a 12 megapixel wide angle and a 10 megapixel telephoto shooter. The Samsung is only capable of a 3x optical zoom, while the Vivo X Fold3 Pro can do 10x optical zoom. And then Vivo has so much to play around with. The portraits are brilliant with the Zeiss multifocals and the Zeiss styles. Even without these Zeiss styles, the variation is just next level. Now, the Samsung's portraits are also good, they aren't bad at all, but Vivo clearly has the edge given just the amount of options that you get to play around with the portrait. In low light, both these cameras again perform much better, but I believe the Vivo manages light flare much better thanks to the T-star coating on every lens that has been done by Zeiss. Now, the Samsung's images are more towards the saturated, vibrant side, while Vivo's are more true to life. The Vivo X Fold3 Pro also gives us more color profiles to choose from. There's 3 options: Zeiss Natural, Textured and Vivid mode, where you can choose between the 3. Samsung does not have these options. और बैटरी में भी Vivo is the clear winner. It has better results in our video loop tests and better results across our battery tests. On top of that, there is the 100-watt charging that just leaves Samsung's 25-watt charging in the dust. This charged from 0 to 100 in just 39 minutes, while the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6 took 82 minutes to charge from 0 to 100. So yes, the competition is as tight as it can be. Both smartphones are at par with each other almost in every sense, and there is very little to differentiate between these two. But for me, the two main differences lie in the camera and the software. While the Vivo's camera is unmatched in the foldable space, Samsung's software and refinement is just way better. Samsung also has a more refined design and feels much better in terms of the build quality and the premiumness, but then Vivo comes back with the battery and charging that is way ahead of the Galaxy Z Fold6. And both these phones are priced also very similarly. The Vivo X Fold3 Pro is priced at 1,59,999 rupees, while the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6 is priced at 1,64,999 rupees. So भाई मैं तो देखो decide नहीं कर पाया which of these two I like better, but you can tell me your favorite in the comment section below. This was my comparison of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold6 and the Vivo X Fold3 Pro. This is Darab Mansoor Ali. Do not forget to subscribe to Digit. I will see you guys very soon.